Welcome to Wizlogs for Schooling. Wizlogs for Schooling is a free-to-use learning environment for teachers, homeschoolers, students and parents. The learning takes place in what we call worlds. A world can be thought of as a space where people come together to learn and share their knowledge with each other. There are two types of world: public world and private worlds. Public worlds are open to anyone to enter and are intended for people to share their knowledge with each other on certain subjects. A private Wizlogs world can be used by teachers and homeschoolers to provide an engaging learning environment for their students. A private Wizlogs world is powerful and simple to use. It's the perfect tool for managing, monitoring and scheduling student work in an interactive and secure environment. I'm going to show you how to create and get started with your own private world. If you haven't already, please register and create your free Wizlogs account. You will receive an email with a link inside it to activate your account. Once you have logged into Wizlogs, please click on the Create a Private World button. Then fill in the address details of your school, or your home address if you are homeschooling. A private world can include any number of students within it. It could comprise of just one class of students, it could contain a whole year group, or even a whole school. You need to give your world a name, so let's call this world Lansdowne View School. Once your world is created, you can invite your students into it. As part of the security of your world, you are required to set a passphrase. Students will be required to type in the passphrase when they first enter the world, so it's important that you inform them what the passphrase is before you invite them into it. Remember, only the students who you invite into your world will be able to enter it, thus making it a secure learning environment. Once your world is created, you need to follow just a few steps to get started. The first step involves checking that the range of subjects that will be taught to your students is set up within your world. A number of subjects are automatically created when you create your world. You can add extra subjects to the list if you wish, or modify the names of the existing subjects. Simply deselect any of the subjects you see that aren't going to be taught. The next step is to set the subjects that you yourself will teach. Once you have selected the subjects you will be teaching, you can start to invite students into your world. Your students need to be invited into your private world, otherwise they won't be able to enter it. Click here to invite your students. If you're going to have students in your world that belong to different year groups, then you may find it helpful to invite them one year group at a time. You can select the year group from this drop-down menu. You then need to add the email addresses of your students into this field. You can add as many as you wish in one go. If you have a lot of students to invite, then you might find it easier to simply copy and paste their addresses in. An email will be sent to each of them so that they can activate their account. You don't have to invite all of them at the same time. You can go through this process as many times as you need to. You can invite students into your world at any point, even after you have been using your world for several days, weeks, or months. This is useful when new students join your school during the year or at the beginning of a new school year. Simply invite them in when you need to. As I mentioned before, as part of the security of your world, you are required to set a passphrase. Students will be required to type in the passphrase when they first enter the world, so it's important that you inform them what the passphrase is before you invite them in. You can invite other teachers into the world by clicking here. You can also invite parents into your world by clicking here. If you wish, you can create student groups according to your own preferences. For example, you could create groups that reflect the classes that the students are already members of in your school, such as their subject classes. Once you have created a group, you can then allocate students to it by clicking here. You are now ready to start setting work. You can do this by clicking on this button. We'll cover how to set work for your students to complete in the next video. Thanks for watching, and please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions.